Hi, and welcome to Studio 90 Extra Time. The U-23 men's national team is in Nashville gearing up for Olympic qualifying, and our first guest here on Extra Time is defender Ike Opara.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Are you honored to be our very first guest on Extra Time in Nashville?
That's a lot of pressure, actually. I don't know. Sean, my roommate Sean was giving me a hard time saying pressure was on. He actually was going to come down, but I think he's too busy. You know, whatever he's doing around here.
He could have been in our studio audience.
Yeah.
Well, you and the team have been here in Nashville for about a week training for Olympic qualifying. How's camp been going?
It's going well, I think. We've all come in with the right attitude, and we all know that these next few days we need to really gear down and focus in to prepare for Cuba. And I mean, everyone's excited to be here for sure, and I think that the vibe has been positive throughout the camp.
This process of preparing for Olympic qualifying started late last year with camps and training. How ready are you to get this tournament underway and play some games?
I think everyone's really excited. I mean, when that ball gets rolling on Thursday, I think everyone will, finally, or not that we're going to figure it out then, but I think everyone's just ready for that first game. Over the course of those camps, Caleb has brought in plus 50 players, and he's narrowed it down. So I think everyone's excited to know that they've made it to this final qualifying roster, and everyone's excited to show what they can do.
So camp started late last year, but you've only been around for these last two for various reasons. What's it been like hitting the ground running and really getting involved with this team and getting used to the new coaching staff?
Yeah, for sure. I think I've come across the coaches, Caleb in particular, in the past, whether it was in the draft or whatever. I've spoken with them before, and playing with some of these guys through youth teams, previous youth teams or club teams, it's been nice. The chemistry's been there, so it wasn't too foreign for me. And some of the other guys who've been in only a couple of times, everyone gets along with each other well, and everyone just does a great job of incorporating, the team or the coaches, whoever it may be.
You already touched on the bonding a little bit, but what's that been like, bonding with these guys and really getting to know everybody and the camaraderie on the team here in Nashville? Oh,
it's been great. I mean, it's catching up with guys and talking about past stories, when we were teenagers running around, or just, stories about MLS clubs. And it's just great to catch up with one another. And I think that chemistry, that bond obviously helps on and off the field. And this is one of the closer teams I've been on, and it's exciting.
So head coach Caleb Porter has talked a lot about the identity of this team and how he wants you to play in reference to the attack, but you're a defender. What's the identity of the defense on this team?
For sure. You obviously want to keep clean sheets. That's obviously a goal of every team defensively. And I think that, obviously you want to focus on the attack, but defensively, if we're giving up goals, giving up shots, there's chances that, if our attack is having a little bit of an off day or, just can't find the back of the net, defensively, we know that we always have to be prepared and sharp. At the same time, when we're going forward, we have to be aware of, the other team's forwards, if they want to hit us on the counterattack, or just the opponent's preparations and their tactics.
All right, so speaking of defense, one of your fellow defenders on this team is Valentin, but I know you played with another Valentin in college. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, Zarek and I really aren't, between our ages. I'm only a couple years older than him, but it seems like when I was in college and he was coming to watch his older brother play, he looked so much younger back then. I actually haven't told him that, but it's good seeing him again and catching up. He actually brought up his brother today earlier, and we just talked about a little bit of that. But yeah, I'm running through the generations with the Valentin family. And, it's a good family for sure. Good family.
Well, I'll put you on the spot. Who's your favorite Valentin brother?
They're actually both the same, really. One's a little bigger than the other. I don't know. They're both the same.
That's good.
I like them both.
Politically correct answer. I like that. All right. So a lot of the guys on this team have some pretty crazy hair, some pretty unique hairstyles. But you seem to have started that trend back in 2009. We actually have a clip to show you of you getting a Mohawk a couple years back.
You gotta go little by little. Yeah. Even though we're in the middle of the desert, I'm bald already though. You're gonna think you look weird. No more SEO. At least leave it for like a day.
So that looked pretty good. Any thoughts on bringing that look back?
No. A lot of people thought that was staged, and actually, I think at the end of that video, actually, it was the votes or something, like a percentage of the votes that had to keep it or whatever. And people thought that was staged, and honestly, I hated it from the moment I got it. Our team coordinator actually on every camp would give me some kind of different haircut design or whatever, and this time he wanted to go with the Mohawk, and that's in the past. That hasn't been brought out since.
So no chance of bringing it back. Well, what are your thoughts on some of the current hairdos on the team? Breck Shea, Juan Agudelo.
Well, Breck's a special kid, so Breck's always going to have his special haircut. Juan's Juan. He changed a little bit. At first, it was the bottom half was black and his original hair color, and then he dyed it brown as well. So everyone's looking for their little mojo. I think Breck's had his for the longest, so Breck wins hands down, I guess.
Who do you think could pull off a crazy haircut that doesn't have one right now?
Depends what style you're looking for. I think if Perry had a Mohawk, Perry could be one of those like enforcer, intimidator type of guys. We think Perry might be secretly in the SEALs or something along those lines. But I would like to see Shawnee with that. Sean would look kind of funny with that.
All right. Well, Ike, thank you so much for being here, and thank you all for watching this edition of Studio 90 Extra Time. You can watch Ike and the U-23 men's national team take on Cuba Thursday, March 22nd. That game kicks off at 8 p.m. Central here in Nashville at LP Field. And you can watch it on the Universal Sports Network, Telemundo, and CONCACAF.com. Thanks again for being here.
Yes!
No problem.